We are back, the Frenemies. Are we friends or enemies today?
We're friends.
That's nice.
I think we're friends for sure.
You know, we've been through a lot on this show and only, 8 episodes? This is our 9th episode.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought, I think they were confused that a lot of people thought it was the finale last episode.
What, we were just ending the show?
Did you see those comments? They're like, oh, what a good way to end the series.
What?
We saw those comments. Yeah.
Maybe we should have ended it. Oh, this is 8? We've actually covered a lot of ground, I have to say, in only 8 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
These are sessions, by the way.
Therapy. I really, really like Dr. Dre. I've met him a few times, but I don't know if he remembered me. I feel like he
did. He mentioned you to me
did.
when I was setting it up. He said that he met you on Adam Carolla's show,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. But I've met him like a few times, and every time I meet him, it's like the first time he's like, I don't really know anything about you. I'm like, every time I talk to you, I tell you the same thing. I've always told him, like on the Adam Carolla show, we talked about like me being trans, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. I mean, I guess he talks to a lot of people. I like him though. I really do like him. It was good.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
My parents were supportive of it. They don't watch anything, but they found out, and they were like, oh, like, usually I get scared what my parents think when I talk about childhood, but they were.
Oh, your parents don't watch your.
No.
Well, you mostly do like nasty stuff.
Well, my mom watches everything, but my dad doesn't. But I guess he found out about it. I don't
Does
know.
your mom watch your OnlyFans content?
My mom was in an OnlyFans. She was in the one with my sister. She was like the referee of the Jello.
Would your mom ever show her titties?
Yeah, she has. She has on YouTube. Yeah, but it was more like when she had breast cancer and she was showing like her nipple taken off.
That's more like brave,
but she was
sexy.
Oh, well, she would do it sexy too. She would do it now for sure.
Would you do an only? Would you slap titty with your mom
What's
on OnlyFans?
slap titty with a hand or tit to tit?
Tit to tit.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I just would think people would. People are so sensitive about things. It's like, I don't know.
Tit to tit? Anyone in the market for some tit? I think people will go crazy for that.
Yeah, and today only for the election day, it's free. So if you join today, onlytrish.com is free for the next 30 days. So if you want to see tit for tit,
it's free?
It'll come this month. Yeah, for the next 30 days.
In honor of the election?
Yeah, because we're in the land of the free.
Oh my God. I was like, how's that relevant? Okay, cool. Good promotion.
So that's for election vote. I voted.
Free for a whole month?
Yeah, free for a whole month.
What's the point of that?
Because you know what? Once you're in there, you're so enticed to stay. I just got to get people in because they don't really realize all the goods. Like mine is really good, not to like whatever. My OnlyFans is like really good compared to everyone else. I subscribe to so many people, and mine, without a doubt, gives you the most. Like for $5 a month, but now it's free, and people just stay.
Well, as I understand it, Trisha's just squirting all over her house, like,
yeah, it's
all over the place, right, Moses? Moses said yes.
It's crazy. It's insane. Every time I do it, I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. Because I just learned how to properly do it.
All right, we're not here to plug your OnlyFans the whole episode.
But only
that was pretty good, though.
Thank you. Yeah. And congratulations on your nomination for the H3 podcast. It's on for Streamy. I was very excited for you.
Oh, I was like, what? They put me there every year. It's
Do you guys
stupid.
ever win?
No.
Who wins?
I don't know.
You're up against Impulsive.
Ooh. Tough competition.
Views.
The usual suspects.
There was one that was so bad. Who was it? Remember, I was like, who the... Oh, Emma Chamberlain. Hers isn't bad.
Wait, why isn't Joe Rogan's podcast nominated then?
Oh, because he won't show up. Like, I think they think you guys might show up.
No, I never show up. I don't like the Streamies.
Why?
You know what? Nothing personal. I think it's cool that there's that for what we do. I think award shows are dumb though.
It's bullshit. They have like a food category and of like the best like mukbangers, and I'm never nominated. I'm like the OG, the best. All mine get like millions of views. Like it's
bullshit. But it's all politics. Like they literally don't. It's literally nothing to do with who's actually the best. And and then their biggest categories are just about it's fan vote. So it's all about these really vain creators doing everything they can to beg their fans to vote for them.
Well, because Tana won Creator of the Year last year, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And it's because she's literally like, I'll suck your tits if you vote. Like, she did that with Biden.
Is that what? Yeah.
Did you see that?
And the FBI was like, I think that's illegal. Literally. She got investigated by the FBI.
Yeah, because she was saying, like, hey, like, if you guys vote for Biden and prove it to me, like, I'll just give you a free nude. I'm like,
yeah. FBI's like,
She's...
Well, I think she was trying to do, there was this one girl who was like, Dan, you know what I'm talking about, where she sent nudes to everyone who voted for something, but it wasn't illegal like what Tana was doing. Or it was for registering.
I think it was for the wildfires, people who donated.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, donate to the wildfires and I'll send you nudes. And Tana's like, great idea. I'll do a federal crime.
Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb. I saw she did something. People were calling out for photoshopping over the weekend. And you know what? Can I just say, as much as I was like against your video, I mean, she really does overdo it because I did see the side by side from this weekend. And I defended because she had to come out with a statement being like, hey, I always do talk about this. And she does. She talks about photo, but it was like that. Okay. The pictures you showed were actual ones. If you went to my Fabio music video plug and saw it, I'm like wearing that makeup and it looks like me in the video. But like when it's unrecognizable.
She's a different person.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
But
it's like, you look like, and what I said was Twinkie, which is rude, and I would never say that.
Did you see?
But I do, but like, again, in reference to her swimsuit. Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay.
But then when you look at her, she's like a different person. It's like,
Yeah.
who's that Italian model? Perfect figure. Ooh, she takes care of herself.
Well, she has a good body, but even like her face, she just changed her whole face shape. And I'm like, again, like not one to like.
What's the
shame,
point of being
whatever.
a model?
Yeah, well, I don't think she's a model.
I could be a model. Just be like, turn me into like handsome Squidward. Be like, and then I'm like
Handsome
6-pack,
Squidward.
like, and my face is all chiseled. Yeah,
You could be a model.
yeah, with enough Photoshop.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
But why not just use a body double?
But this isn't even the. Wait, hold on.
Let me see.
Okay, so this is
But
like.
you can tell how airbrushed her face is.
But like.
Look at her face. She looks like
That is like not even her. Like
Nah.
I was so shocked because and she is pretty. Like I think she's pretty. Okay, oh my gosh, let me go to
she's
the
a
other.
little. She's obviously very insecure.
But it's like a different profile, like different everything.
Yeah.
I guess the blonde hair, but like yeah, I don't know. I think just don't overdo it. But
what has she got? Like a team she sends over photos to?
yeah, I think she does it herself. I don't know.
No, she
Hannah.
doesn't.
You don't think? You think
No
she does it
fucking way she
professional?
does.
Well, anyways,
She's got a team. She's like, all right, guys, here's my photos for the day. Make me pretty.
it does get a little crazy.
Thank you.
yeah.
That was my whole point.
But guys do it too, and I think you should call out guys. You don't call out your guy friends, like you know, like you don't call out the guys that do it.
I'd love to. Who does it?
Philip DeFranco. We saw you
What?
on Linz DeFranco's TikTok.
Philip DeFranco doesn't Photoshop himself.
He does
You gotta
angles.
wait. Hold on. You
Oh.
got to bring receipts. You said angles.
Angles. He
Wait, angles
tricks
is not
people.
Photoshop. Having
That's
a good
misleading.
Hold
That's
on, having a
misleading.
good angle is not Photoshop.
Oh, here we go, being
Trisha.
misogynistic and not
What?
going.
Oh, like you don't. I would never.
I'm gonna show
when did
you.
I ever call a girl for a good angle?
I'm gonna no, but that's mine. I don't Photoshop. I never have Photoshopped my photo. He can tell you I don't know how to use Facetune. I've never Facetuned a picture in my
Okay,
life.
okay.
Okay, this one. That is not the same person. That is not the same person on his show. And so it's like, how come you don't call that person out? Just
That's
because he's
not
high
the
as his
same.
belly?
Wait,
that looks like a guy in a casket. If you ask me, like that looks like a corpse, and
Why
you don't
are
call him out because
so
you're his
mad
friend.
At wait, whoa. Okay,
I'm
back
mad
up.
because you're such
Back
a
up.
bias.
Oh my
You're
God.
such a
Hold on,
bias.
back it up.
You
Back-
have iDubbbz on for Content Cop. Meanwhile, he's the biggest hypocrite of anybody, and it's like with that whole OnlyFans bullshit and stuff like that. Like
Okay,
you
hold
don't call
on.
out your friends.
Hold
True
on.
Story. Fuck, marry, kill. iDubbbz, Jax Films, or Philip DeFranco. Go.
Wait, hold on.
Exactly. They're all your friends, so you
Hold
won't
on.
say anything bad
Hold
about
on.
them.
There's a lot to address there. Okay, first of all, regarding that Philip DeFranco footage you showed me, I feel like for some reason you just want to call him fat.
Absolutely not. But if you're gonna call me out for being fat and skinny, then call him out for being fat and
Wait,
skinny.
hold on. Philip DeFranco is sitting there looking face on in the camera doing the news. He's not walking around in a bikini trying to be hot.
I disagree.
And he's not manipulating the footage at all.
He will.
And it looks like he gained a few pounds.
You're being very nice as opposed to calling Tana a fucking Twinkie. And now you're like, he looks like he gained a
but
few
it's
pounds.
different.
He looks like a Twinkie, okay?
No, but he's not trying to out there trying to look like a sexy fit model. Like Tana's out there being like, ooh, look at me, I'm perfect body and I'm a model. I'm a swimsuit model. And then she's turning around and fucking eating a fucking, Egg McMuffin meal every morning.
I think she's very skinny. Tana's very skinny. I don't think she eats Egg McMuffin meals. I think that's not the issue. I think your issue is just like you hate women. You're misogynistic.
Dude.
That's why you like hang around with those people.
You're okay. Philip DeFranco, I admit, looks heavier than you would expect.
And you look skinnier than you would expect in person. Most people look skinnier than you would expect.
Okay, thank you. However, I don't think that's the same.
Do you think you look skinnier or fatter in person? Be honest. You can be honest on this one.
I think you look the same as you do on camera.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I do look fatter in person for sure. Like when I see other
you
angles of really.
No, you don't look fatter in person.
Thanks. I'm trying to lose some weight today because I literally feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. That's why I'm a little on edge today. I felt my chest, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat a salad after this. You can.
But wait, you said too much.
Sorry, go ahead.
I gotta.
Also, we didn't say to go vote today. This is my first election I voted.
I have. Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you voted.
I did it for the TikTok where it was like,
oh man, you ruined it.
No, because there's a TikTok where it's like young me and then me now, and so I was like me 4 years ago, like looking at me voting now, and it was like, wow.
Would you vote if there wasn't a TikTok trend? Be 100% fucking honest.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But they.
Hey, whatever works to get people out to the polls.
Yeah,
wow, you really changed from 4 years ago.
That's the TikTok trend.
Yeah,
the,
you really
the 4
changed.
years ago, girl goes, wow. You know what I mean? That's like a cool trend. And Michael Keaton, we watched him. Thank you, Michael Keaton. We watched Michael Keaton before this, and I'm crying right now because I was crying watching that because I was like, I never will get to be friends with Michael Keaton. I love him so much. He wouldn't Photoshop his body. He wouldn't do angles.
He's beautiful.
He shows everything about him.
Oh, well, Beetlejuice is not an accurate representation. How much makeup was he wearing? Okay, wait, I want to talk about voting.
Pittsburgh shout out.
Wait, before we talk about voting, first you said Philip DeFranco is fat, and then what else did you say that I needed to address? That Idubbbz is a hypocrite.
No, I think because we should fuck, marry, kill Idubbbz, Jack's Films, or Philip DeFranco. Like you have to kill, like avoid one. We won't get into the James Charles scandal.
I refuse to play this game.
You have to avoid somebody, not kill them.
Oh, avoid?
Yeah, we're not stooping to.
I'm not playing this game. Why do I need to play this game? I don't want to piss anybody off. I like those people. You know what I mean? It's like I choose not to play.
Of course, anything Trish wants to do. If I have an activity to bring up, you're like, no, I refuse to play this game.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Jack, Philip DeFranco, and Idubbbz. So it's fuck, marry, avoid?
Yeah.
Or fuck, marry, put them on a deserted island.
Yeah.
We don't kill people. That's impolite.
James Charles.
James Charles kills people.
He said he'd kill Shane Dawson, which I think is a little aggressive, knowing that he doesn't like that person. That'd be like me saying I want to kill Philip DeFranco because everyone knows I don't like him, so it's
Let's
awful
talk about that because I have thoughts on that too.
Do we want to talk about it? I don't know.
No, but yes, we do.
Not to keep my name out of it.
Well, you already failed. His people are coming for you now.
Nobody really likes James anymore.
Okay,
He's
I would.
his own grave. I just took too much Dunkin'. I'm just on a little crack right now. I feel it.
I would cast away Philip DeFranco. I would.
Hell yeah.
And I would probably...
Tell me why.
I would probably marry Jack because he's very sensitive and caring. And I feel like he really is attentive to your needs. And I think he would be a good husband.
He was rude to me on the Shane Dawson set 5 years
ago. There's no chance that he was.
100%.
He's so nice.
He's not.
I guarantee you he wasn't rude to you. But
and
anyway,
he wasn't nice to me at the Shorty Awards when David and Jason won. I was sitting at, Jack was there by himself because he knew he was going to win, by the way. Shorty Awards tell you, and I think Streamy tell you too if you're going to win. But Jack knew he was going to win, and he was at the table. He was like Steve-O, talks to all the guys, but refuses to look me in the eye. I even like talked to him. I'm like, yeah, we met. Just looked the other way. Like literally looked like I wasn't even talking. He was sitting right at my table, 1 seat away from me. He's kind of rude. Okay, and then
maybe he's just shy. And then Idubbbz I would fuck because he's got crazy energy and you know he's a good fuck.
Idubbbz' girlfriend's OnlyFans is a ripoff. She acts like it's so like raunchy and nude and stuff. And then I like what? And I'm like, oh, it's like Instagram photos, which is fine.
No,
but to like charge someone.
She says up front that it's a non-nude.
She says they're sexy photos, and they are definitely not sexy. It's just her like standing there. They're not like sexy poses. Her ass isn't like jutting out for like a dick in it or anything like that.
Oh, is that what we need?
I was very disappointed. And then she makes you unlock the photos, so I'm like paying, and like there's nothing. And she kind of does tease like titties, and it's just like her like holding them. I'm like, well, say you're holding titties. Don't say they're titties.
You want her to show the goods.
Just don't say you are gonna show them if you're not.
If she's gonna compete with you, squirting on like squirting under the sink and stuff.
Yeah, we just did a full. I got like vibrate.
Okay,
last week.
This is too graphic, Dan. We can't talk about this. Jesus Christ.
Do we get demonetized?
Well, there's certain things that we can't talk about. Mm-hmm. Okay, regarding voting, this episode, I've been thinking about this a lot, so I wrote up a few things. And yes, I know you're only supposed to talk about politics if you have a political science doctorate's degree, apparently.
Do you?
Oh, yes. A triple doctorate. No. But you know how people online go, why don't you stick to comedy or whatever people say when they don't agree with your political opinions? So yes, I know I'm not a doctorate in political science, but I have some. This episode comes out Tuesday morning. Sorry, excuse me.
Election day.
Election day. And here's why I'm going to make my case for why you should go out and vote. If you haven't voted and any of these points are persuasive to you, please pause this video. We will not go anywhere. We will be here. You pause it, you can come back, you can play it. Here's things that I care about that the Joe Biden Democratic ticket supports.
Oh, okay. You're endorsing a candidate.
Yeah.
I think we should say like vote for who you want. I don't think we should like endorse somebody.
Well, why don't you hear me out first?
Okay.
Do you support the woman's right to choose what happens to her body, no matter how extreme the circumstances are?
Are you asking me or them?
Yeah, I'm just a general question.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Because the Republican Party and the Republican ticket wants to make abortion illegal, even in the most extreme circumstances like life-threatening or forced upon them, even by a family member. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty, that to me is okay, whatever.
Some people believe every child is a gift from God. Some people believe that. I don't believe that. I'm just saying some people do believe that.
Yeah, and
Even,
as I said, do you believe that climate change is the most urgent is an urgent time bomb that we need to face immediately and boldly?
I have no idea what that is.
That's okay.
Climate change?
Climate change. Oh boy, you don't know what climate change is? Man-made climate change, carbon in the air.
Carbon what? Monoxide or dioxide?
Both. You know that the Earth is warming?
I don't know
You missed
this.
the memo on climate change?
Is it going to happen in my lifetime because I don't have kids?
Holy shit.
Are you sure you want everyone to vote? Because sometimes when I went, I was like, I'm kind of dumb at some of these things. Maybe I shouldn't be voting. Like when I had to fill out the other people.
Maybe you shouldn't vote.
I was like, ooh. And I didn't know if you could
But
leave
you don't have
something
to.
blank.
You can. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're just like, oh shit, like a A/B test. You don't know the
I
answers
failed
to.
an A/B test one time for a reality show. I just randomly did it. Like I did. Well, I didn't randomly vote, but I did like. I randomly filled out an A/B test for this show we did with Scott Disick, and I failed because I said I saw like shapes or shifts or like something like that, and they like told me I like can't be on the show because I was like mentally insane. But it was randomly filled out. I didn't. Anyways.
Holy God.
Okay, I don't know climate change.
Okay, so climate change. How do you go through life and not know about climate change? You know, the Earth.
Why don't you tell me?
The ice is melting. The sea is rising.
But what does that even have to do? Like, okay, the ice melts, then what happens?
Then, like, Florida goes underwater, literally, because it raises the sea level.
It's Florida.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's not like.
Yeah, a lot of people think, well, but like, okay, good, fair enough.
Can I just say I do like Biden?
Did you notice it's hot, like in the summer, like really hot?
I mean, we're in California and Israel. It's hot there.
We're not in Israel.
No, I'm saying it's hot in Israel all the time.
You know we're not in Israel, right?
I want to do a podcast in Israel, though. I was going to bring this up to you because I might move there for a couple months. So I was like, we should go.
Well, once the pandemic's done, me and Ela would love to go visit.
Really?
We usually go there every year, but we haven't been in a while.
Can we come with you?
Sure, that'd be fun.
Little couples. Do you go first class or coach? Sorry, not to get distracted.
Well,
You're first class. I know you.
the last time we went was coach. This time will be first class.
You got the baby.
We're doing better. The last time we went was like 2 or 3 years ago, so we're rich now.
You are bougie as fuck. You're the bougiest. I think you're the richest person I know off YouTube.
What about Jeffrey?
I think you might make more than
No fucking
I think
way.
so. I swear.
No way. Jeffrey lives in like a $15 million house.
You could live. You have multiple houses that are over $15 million. Am I exposing something? Was I not supposed to?
No,
like, shit.
people wrote articles about it.
Okay. Well, you have multiple properties that are worth a lot of money, and I'm always like, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty wealthy.
I think Teddy Fresh makes more than Jeffree Star Cosmetics.
There's no fucking way.
Because his overhead is probably more too, with all like
overhead. What does he pay
employees.
for? It's like some powder and shit.
I mean, on the Shane series, they said like the private jets and stuff come out of the costs and stuff. You don't pay for private
that's his
jets.
own fucking fault. I don't travel private jets.
I know, but that's out of the business expense. I think you guys are a little more like logical. I don't know. Don't come for me.
I'm pretty sure Jeffree Star. Do a net worth Jeffree Star. I know these things are stupid, but dude, Jeffree Star's got to be worth like 50 mil plus.
I think you're worth more. Gonna wager my bets on that.
You think? What does it say?
It says he's worth 200 million, which I don't think you're.
I don't think it's not accurate. Mine is.
You know what? Can I break something to you?
What?
I think that might be closer than what you think.
I don't
He's
think
super
so.
rich. Makeup is one of the most profitable industries because it costs like nothing to make. Because like you sell it for like 50, 60, $70 and it costs like $2 to make.
Right. I don't know. I don't know the behind the scenes of it all. I'm guessing you're probably make more. Back to Biden.
Thank you for saying that.
You're very bougie.
Thank you.
That's why I like being friends with you. I love bougie people.
Oh, really?
I feel like it rubs off on me. Like the more like bougie.
Why?
people
You're
I'm around.
bougie too. You told me what you make. I'm fucking insane.
Yeah, and I spend it. I'm like buying earrings and stuff. I wear all my money. I'm like shit.
You write off private jets through your
I don't do private
OnlyFans.
jets. I'm not a private jet person.
Show off your new Rolex.
Well, I don't know if I should, but this is
Well,
what I'm saying. This is why I'm like not bougie because I just buy.
$85,000 presidential Rolex. It's beautiful, but I told Trisha it is gorgeous. By the way, I think it's
you.
really beautiful, but I would be afraid to take it out of my jewelry box.
Shout out to Icebox. They hook up all the rappers. They didn't hook me up, but they did hook me up a little bit. But
You know, Trisha told me, she's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to McDonald's with this thing on."
because J Balvin, he has all his diamonds at McDonald's.
Okay, wait, let me do my vote shit.
Okay. This is pro Biden, right?
Apparently, if you just listen to the points, climate change, which apparently some people don't know what that is.
I still don't. You said the ice melts and then Florida like falls off.
Maybe it's just too hard.
You
to
should probably educate people because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that one for real.
No,
I don't know.
dude, you're the only person in the fucking world that doesn't know about
I
climate
don't
change.
think I'm the only person. I can guarantee I'm not the
Moses,
only person.
how many? I mean, I don't want to include you to cause friction, but I'm just trying to get a read of the room. Do you think that a lot of people don't know what climate change is?
No, they teach it in school now, so everyone knows.
They didn't teach it to us. I swear, hand to God, I don't
Dan,
know.
do you think that there's more than her listening right now that knows what climate? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to get a feel for the room.
I think the vast majority.
Okay. You said a read of the room. We're like literally a room of nerds right now. Like I'm just saying, like
All right, and-
ask Stocky
okay, hold on.
Baby, ask an Instagram model. They're not gonna know climate change. You know what I mean?
They will.
Do you think Tana Mojo knows climate change?
Yes.
I guarantee you she does not.
She does.
I guarantee you she does not.
Okay, but anyway, this isn't about climate change because it's a whole thing. If
Well,
you
you
don't,
included it in your speech. You're not even educating people, so you're a horrible
everybody
politician.
knows what climate change is. Okay, whatever. Next.
Next.
Are you sick of paying more in taxes than billionaires?
This one I'm going to have to disagree on because I know they say if Biden goes in, then including you, all taxes are going up.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not fine with it because I don't like what it goes towards to, like places like Planned Parenthood and stuff. Like, look, I'm all for do what you want with your
What?
body.
You don't like
I
Planned Parenthood?
I just don't want my taxes to go there. Like,
The federal. Okay, wait. So, but like, I'm talking about. So the taxes through Biden's plan is only for people who make over $400,000 a year.
I heard
And
that
that's-
wasn't completely true though
It is
either.
true. It is true.
Okay, well, that's like, again, you're like it's like
Fact check
you're
it, Dan.
like CNN.
Fact check it.
Like it's
no,
only
no,
giving
no.
you one
No,
side.
let's fact check it.
I'm not for
let's-
Trump. I'm just saying, like,
No, but this is good. Let's fact check it. Does Joe Biden's tax plan increase taxes on anyone making over $400,000 a year? You already said it. I'm bougie as fuck. I'm happy to pay more taxes if it means people can have health insurance and fucking college.
here's the bullshit thing about health insurance. So under Obama, I could not get health insurance because of a pre-existing condition. So they don't
What?
give it to everybody. 1,000%
make
could not.
sense.
I didn't get health insurance under Obama or Obamacare because I had a pre-existing condition and they would not insure me. It was bullshit. It was actually bullshit, which I feel
sounds
like it's
illegal.
gonna happen again. It's 1,000% hand to God. It's like it happened to me and it was awful during that time.
Well, you have it now?
Yeah, I mean, I have.
You have it for the Obamacare.
No. Like, oh, I thought you meant pre-existing condition. I still have the condition. Yeah,
Oh, but you have health insurance?
yeah, but it's not through Obamacare.
You have just went private?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's hella expensive.
Okay, so 4 nonpartisan tax groups have agreed that Biden's plan will not directly increase taxes for anyone making under $400,000 a year.
And what's the website? Newsweek.
Well, it's
Exactly.
Newsweek reporting on it, but it's for
No, I've looked into this.
But this is
Independent
like other
tax-
things where people just don't say the full
This
thing,
isn't
like the Criminal
disputable.
Act of 1994 and the deportation
No, no.
laws and all that stuff like that. Like it's very one-sided. Like, look, I'm not saying I'm for Trump, definitely not. But
No,
I'm saying like you
just
have to show all
on
sides.
this issue of taxing, if the taxes don't go up for people making $400,000 is indisputably correct. Because Trump is on the campaign trail saying he's raising everyone's taxes. That's not true. And I'm happy to pay more taxes if
Yeah.
it means people can have health insurance.
I would be too if that was true. But people don't get health insurance, and I was one of those people under
Well,
the
that's-
Obamacare that did not get the health insurance. So it's kind of bullshit. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, what also I'm referring to is people like Donald Trump who pay $750 in taxes. Meanwhile, his secretary pays more money in taxes than he does. I think that's fucked up. And that's why I am supporting Joe Biden. Another reason why I'm supporting Joe Biden.
Oh wow! Oh my God! You're like Casey and I said over here. Like I'm voting for. You're just saying it.
These are all things I care about.
I respect.
Do you believe that health insurance is a right and not a privilege?
It should be.
I agree. Do you think that people with pre-existing conditions should be able to get insurance?
And they don't. And I'm 1,000%. I can show my records from it.
Okay,
I tried
I'm sorry.
so hard to get it.
This is what.
And it was a time when I needed it. Like, I actually needed insurance and couldn't afford it. Like, it was actually really, really a bad time in my life. It was really dark. So I'm really adamant about this. That, like, they say that, but they don't promise it. So don't think you're going to be getting health insurance for pre-existing conditions because you're probably not.
Okay. Well, that's what Obamacare is. And the Republicans are working to dismantle it and to make, what they're working towards is that people with pre-existing conditions can be denied health insurance coverage. So we both agree on that. And that's what Joe Biden's expanding. Okay? Do you want Supreme Court justices that are literal cast members from Gilead's from The Handmaid's Tale? Have you seen that?
No, I have no idea what that is.
They're religious extremists that are literally out of comic book villainy that want to overturn Roe v. Wade and make abortion illegal, and they want to make gay marriage illegal.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, and that's not cool.
Well, that's fucked up. And that's why I'm voting. Another reason why I'm voting for Joe Biden.
You know why I vote for Joe Biden?
Because of Michael Keaton?
No, he quoted Hamilton.
Oh,
Did you see that?
Done and done.
We hold
No.
these truths to be self-evident that all men are created
Oh,
equal. He said that in his speech
Oh, my
at
God.
the debates.
You know what that's from?
Hamilton.
No, but you know what it's from? You know that it comes from before Hamilton, right?
Well, everything comes before Hamilton because he got it all from history books. Like, it's all historically accurate. So are you telling me it's like probably a quote from somebody?
Yeah, it's an important quote.
I respected it. I was like, okay, Hamilton.
It's actually from the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. What?
You don't even know.
Declaration of Independence.
Oh
fuck
my
you, Dan.
God, you don't even know. So
Declaration of
don't even be like, wow, you don't know. Oh, it's from the
I didn't think that Hamilton wrote it.
I didn't think Hamilton wrote it, but I knew it was from Hamilton, which I thought was cool because he's trying to bring the younger generation, be like, here's a
Okay,
Hamilton
cool.
quote
Vote
for you.
Joe. Cut the part out where I got it wrong, Dan.
No, if
kidding.
you
I'm
do,
kidding.
I'll go do an exposed video on you if that's all.
Or the Declaration of Independence. I knew that it wasn't written by Manuel fucking whatever his name is. We hold these truths to okay,
Lin-Manuel
whatever.
Miranda.
Do you believe that gay and trans rights are human rights?
Hell yeah, this is why I vote right here.
Well, then that's why I support Joe Biden.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Because I think that going back in time and overturning the right for gay people to get married is barbaric and fucking medieval and evil.
Everything I do is for gay people. I couldn't care less about straight people. I just do everything for the gays.
I mean, a large part of the Republican Party and conservative movement thinks that trans people are like, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but there's a lot of hate for trans people. And I think that trans people...
Those people should burn in hell then if they think trans people aren't like people deserving of like rights and like protection and places to work. Like, that's some bullshit. Like, those are the people that go to fucking hell with Hitler. We can all agree went to hell.
They're all playing fucking solid. What do they do in hell? Whatever they're doing again.
Burn,
baby.
Eternity.
You know,
fuck Hitler. I'm so mad about that still.
Are you still mad at Hitler?
Like, I didn't know.
Fresh, huh?
Then you may have to watch that movie. I'm still so upset by it. Like, it makes me so mad.
He was a dick, wasn't he?
I mean, it's kind of fucked
rude.
up.
He was rude.
I think that's why I've always loved like Jews, because I always had like empathy and I wanted just to give them love. And
well, I feel for trans people. It's so difficult. Yeah. It's such a hard thing to grapple with as on a personal level, and then society is so cruel about it, and still kind of coming to terms with it. Like it's very much where homosexuality was back in like the 60s and 70s, where it's like it's people outcast you and don't respect your struggle.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you believe that gay and trans rights are human rights, then that's why I support Joe Biden. Okay?
Amen. Do
you want a president that believes in science?
I I'm
You
more
can give or take.
faith-based.
You could
yeah.
you could give or take.
I love my Jesus, and he is the ruler of everything. He controls everything. It's all up to him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With Jesus, like, you don't need to worry. He's got it mapped out. Like,
So does that mean that Donald Trump should or shouldn't tell people to wear masks or
his will, not mine.
what?
Whatever.
I prefer my president to believe in science. That means that a president that listens to his scientists and follows their advice, and that's why I'm voting for Joe Biden.
You should watch God's Not Dead starring Kevin Sorbo. It makes some really good pieces against scientists who try and deny God and his existence. It's pretty good. Kevin Sorbo. Yeah. Yeah, and Dean Cain. Well, I don't know if I want to put Dean
By
Cain
the way,
in that
so
category.
I don't think scientists try to deny God. I think atheism is more atheism means I have no reason, no evidence to believe in God. So it's not that I'm saying God doesn't exist. It's just saying I have no reason to even consider this a possibility.
I don't think so. I think that's something else. I think atheists like literally deny God. Like, God does not exist. Like,
Kind of describing more agnostic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agnostic atheism. Sorry, yeah. Atheists, yeah. Some atheists are douches.
atheists
I
are
agree.
hardcore. Yeah.
Some of them are douchebags. I agree. But I think most people would say, we don't know. There's no way to know. And so therefore I
Sure.
don't,
I agree.
Okay. Do you want a president that encourages people to wear masks and stop the spread of COVID instead of enabling people and turning masks into a partisan issue? For example, Laura Ingraham was at Trump's rally and she was wearing a mask. He goes, "Oh, look, it's Laura Ingraham. How politically correct. She's wearing a mask. Wow, I didn't expect that."
Okay. I mean, that's just kind of like a cute little, like, sassy comment. I feel, how people kind of like bully people. That's like a cute little bully.
Is that really something you want to bully people about? No.
I mean, it's a mask. Like, people wear it or they don't. I think you should wear it. But, like, are you going to really be like,
So you don't think
oh.
the president making jokes like that and always not wearing his mask and
I think there's bigger issues than being like, wow, look at that loser not wearing her mask
Like
or
what?
wearing her mask. I mean, like, there's like,
1,000 people dying a day.
yeah, like Lele Pons should be making everyone wear a mask at her fucking Halloween party this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a bigger issue.
Why does Lele Pons have more responsibility than the president?
Because the president's mocking someone. He's just joking, being like, oh, look at that loser wearing a mask.
The president has had dozens of rallies, people packed together, many of them not
Yeah.
wearing masks. Whose fault is that?
No, I agree, but I'm saying, like,
Who's more responsible, Tana Mongoose
I
party
agree, but
or
you
the
just
president?
You just asked me, like, oh, he's made fun of this woman.
Well,
Don't you
just
think
give me
that's
an
wrong?
anecdote.
And I was like, oh, well, making fun of someone isn't as serious as, like, gatherings of people. You know
Okay,
what I
well,
mean?
he does that. He's packing.
At least she was wearing a mask, so what? He
packing
makes fun of her. Oh, well, at least he's wearing it.
He's packing tens of thousands of people into
Yeah,
an
that's
arena.
a different issue, but you being
Okay,
like,
so is that
he made
just-
fun of a girl.
Okay,
It's like,
do you
well,
want-
he's wearing the mask.
Okay,
Like,
do you want a president that packs 10? So if you think who'd you say?
Lele Pons.
If you think Lele Pons is bad, imagine having a party with 30,000 people packed together.
I wonder who is worse. Who's more disliked, Lele Pons or Donald Trump? Because people really
Donald
don't
Trump,
like
probably.
Lele Pons.
Yeah, but I think even Donald Trump.
She has a lot. She deleted Amanda Cerny's like YouTube videos back in the day. trying to, like,
I
backtrack her.
remember
Do you
that.
remember
Shit
that?
was crazy.
That was
pretty
insane. How
psycho.
come no one's talking about that and they're still like Lele Pons? It's like she literally
No,
deleted
I
this girl's
agree.
like social media.
I don't know how she got away with that. That shit was crazy.
Poor Amanda Cerny. I don't even know her that well, but like,
Okay, hang on. Do you believe that we should be racing to renewable energy as soon as possible? Yes. Then
I don't even
that's-
know what it means.
That's why I'm voting for Joe Biden.
I love reusable energy. Like, what the fuck?
Do you want a president that reads his intelligence briefings? Yes, that's
Dude, you
why I'm
have
voting for
a
Joe
fucking
Biden.
dissertation there about
Yeah,
why
this is
you're
really
voting.
important to me.
But okay, why don't we say this for the HC
Do you want a
podcast,
president?
where people?
This is entertaining. I mean, we just found out you don't know what climate change is. That's pretty epic.
Yeah, but I don't think people tune into this to hear your political.
Well,
thoughts
I
on
don't
Joe
give a
Biden.
fuck because today
Do
it's
it on
important.
the H3. That's more
I'm almost
popular.
done. I'm almost done.
You got nominated for that podcast. Maybe you should do it on there.
Award winning. I wish I could say that. The
You never
award-
won once?
No.
Really? They just always put you up
Because
there?
I tell them fuck off. I don't know. I don't fucking reach. I don't give them the reach around that they need.
You guys are also the only one that doesn't have a company underneath you. When it says everyone else is like Cadence 13, yours says
Independent,
YouTube.
baby.
Is it? All completely?
Everything we do is self-owned, self-run. Because I don't fuck. I don't. Oh, what? We're clapping for that?
I'm proud.
I don't like
cool.
middlemen.
That's why you're so rich. That's the...
Probably. Yeah, it is a big
You
reason
know?
because I'm not paying some
No, seriously.
asshole.
You know my last podcast company, Podcast One, was taking 50%?
Yeah, fuck them.
50%!
Because all they do is like, we'll build you a set. We'll do this.
They
that.
didn't. I built my set. I recorded it. I edited it.
So what were they taking 50% for? What were they doing?
I guess the ads. I guess they were giving
the
me ads.
ad agencies take at most 20%.
Yeah, they took 50% of it, but I did everything else. And then when they let me go, they fired me for not making enough money. But
They
I'm like,
fired you?
Yeah.
They're getting 50%?
And I did everything. But then they try to come back, and I tell you this, T, they try to come back and be like, hey, what if we keep giving you ads and we'll take 50% of that, but like you edit and upload your podcast? And I was like, because they uploaded it for me, and I don't know how to upload.
That's
but
crazy.
anyways,
That is straight. That's what these middlemen, they're all the same.
Yeah.
They're so rotten. So yeah.
I agree.
Do you want a president that spends less time tweeting? For example, and I wouldn't normally I don't complain, people are allowed to use Twitter, but here, for example, Donald Trump's most prolific day on Twitter was June 5th, 2020, when he tweeted 200 times in a single day. If you allocate 2 minutes to every tweet, that's 6.6 hours. That's the president who's spending nearly 7 hours on his phone tweeting.
I'm just like, again, not voting for Trump, don't support Trump, but I'm just saying, to play like devil's advocate, like, does the president really do that much? I think it's mostly like the people around him that do.
Yes, the president should be working.
I don't think so, because also Joe Biden is old and racist too. It's like we're kind of just going.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I feel like Joe Biden racism is overblown.
There's definitely a video of him saying he doesn't want black people in the schools with his kids. Like, definitely said
Is that right? Fact check that.
Fact check it.
We have to fact check that.
I saw this video.
I haven't seen that.
It's 1,000% out there.
Okay, well let's fact check that, because I don't want any, as Joe likes to say, malarkey.
Joe Biden.
But if you want to have a racism Olympics, I mean Trump
they're both
definitely
racist.
wins.
I don't know.
Well, Joe Biden admits that systemic racism is a thing. His running mate, his vice president, is black.
I think that's why he picked her, to be like, oh, look, I'm not racist. Forget that Crime Act in 1994. I got a black. Like, that's what people do. That's like when you call someone racist.
Well,
like, I have a black
are
friend.
we talking about, because he, as you said, he's old. Are we talking about something that happened 40 years ago? You know what I mean?
Well,
I think what you're referring to is in 1977, he said that a non-orderly racial integration policy would cause his children to grow up in a racial jungle.
How long ago was that?
1977.
Can you crunch the numbers on that? That was
43 years ago.
43 years ago. I mean, are you? So the guy. So it's not. I mean, first of all, read that quote again, Dan.
Well, and this isn't even. This is the quote taken out of context. I can't really attribute.
So he said something that was possible.
This was about the whole debate with busing. Remember, this was like a thing earlier in the primary. Kamala Harris, who's now his VP, got all testy with him at one of the debates about how he wasn't for busing children from minority neighborhoods.
So this was 43 years ago. So
he should be president. We should have a 43-year-old president, not someone 43 years ago was saying black people shouldn't be around my kids. Like,
that's not what he said.
That's crazy to even say that. That's literally what he said. That's like the overall like justification of it. Look, like I said, I voted for Biden. I'm not trying to be like, oh, whatever, but I'm just saying, like, at the same time.
Well, listen, if only perfect people should run, then nobody will ever run for president.
I agree, but don't use like, oh my God, he's tweeting. It's like, well,
what does one have to do?
Women? Like,
wait, whoa. What does tweeting have to do? I would rather a president that's focused on doing his fucking job than spending 7 hours on Twitter.
You know what? Like I said, I vote for him, but I really don't want my president like grabbing me at rallies. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of
grabbing at rallies?
Look that video up.
You have to fact check.
He's literally groping these young girls and shit. Like,
what about grabbing by the pussy, Donald Trump?
Okay, if you want to talk about that, was a long time ago. This
not
election
43
campaign,
years ago.
This campaign, Biden's going around like literally like feeling like young, like it was like teenagers.
What?
Look it up. And this is true, and that's like
You're really fucking up my endorsement.
That literally left a bad taste in my mouth. Again, I voted for Biden if you want to know, but I'm just saying, like,
okay,
you should vote for who you want. You're doing
I'm
very
getting
one-sided.
there.
And
I'm
trying
getting
to give you
there.
the other side that, hey, like, both of these people are kind of
okay,
fucked
so
up.
one president spent 7 hours a day on Twitter, but the other one maybe said something racist 43 years ago.
Bottom line, you should vote for who you want based on what's important to you, like gay rights, trans rights, like
that's what I'm doing.
Women's rights are important to me. Like,
you don't think a president should spend 7 hours on Twitter?
But then there's people who like deportation, like obviously like that, like immigrants, like DACA, like, you know, he just. I mean, I heard this from my hairdresser, but she was saying like he just signed a bill. Yeah, because she's really big into Hispanic rights and stuff like that. And
Joe
like,
Biden is pro DACA. The one he said one of the first
Donald
things he'll
Trump
do.
just like admitted like what was it, like 400,000 or something like DACA people like dreamers saying like they're cool like
Donald Trump was trying to kick DACA people out this whole
during
presidency.
Obama it was like 3 million and during Trump it's been like 500,000.
You're mixing up deportation and DACA. You don't. DACA is different than deportation.
Look that up. I'm gonna look it up. He just signed a bill for DACA people clearing
Wait,
them.
you have to stop.
I'm gonna show you right now.
Deportation.
I know it's two different things.
Is different than DACA.
And he just cleared a bunch of DACA people
Obama invented
recently.
DACA. That's his initiative. Do you understand
No,
that?
are you kidding me? David Dobrik came over here on DACA. He's a dreamer. He came over here when he was in the early 90s
Right?
on that.
Isn't DACA Obama's initiation?
No, David's a dreamer.
Yes, it was.
It was.
I don't really know what Trisha's talking about. I'm trying to
Obama
find
Oh my God,
started
okay.
DACA,
I just don't.
and Trump tried to
Okay, I
kick
can't
all
wait
the
for the
DACA
comments
people
on
out.
this. All right.
listen,
If
here's-
you want to say that.
I just looked it up. There's an article from August this year, August 28th.
That's how David's whole stance is how he came over here on the Dreamer Act. He was a dreamer. He doesn't have Social Security.
It's protecting dreamers. DACA protects dreamers.
I think you might be confusing
Yeah,
the
you're-
issue.
Oh my God. Well, let me show you
Trump
what.
wanted to kick DACA people, dreamers, out of the country. That was his whole thing. He was saying, get the fuck out. Obama made DACA to allow
He
them.
just signed something over. I'm gonna try and find it. He just signed something clearing everybody. The girl that does my hair, she's like really big into like Hispanic rights. That's her thing. She's Mexican. Her husband's Mexican, and she just said he just signed over a bunch of things. Again, I'm just trying to put both sides because you're literally doing one side being like he's
But
trying
you're
to kick out
wrong.
all the dreamers.
But you're
I'm
wrong.
not wrong.
Everybody,
I'm
that
not
was like
wrong.
a central point of his platform is that he wanted to kick out dreamers. He was ending DACA. He said, I am ending DACA. For 4 years, he said, I am ending DACA.
He just
and
said-
Joe Biden said, the first thing I will do is that I will protect DACA.
He said, we are going to take care of DACA. We are going to take care of dreamers. It's working right now. We are negotiating different aspects of immigration law, Trump said. But we are working very hard on the DACA program. And you will be, I think, very happy over the course of the next year because I feel the same way about it as you do.
That's what he said after trying to cancel DACA his entire administration because it's a policy that Obama created. Dan fact-checked that. I can't
this
allow
whole thing is just
misinformation.
going to be fact checked.
Well, yeah, we can't allow misinformation. We need to let the people know what's actually true.
Yeah, but you're doing all one-sided. This is like
It's not
watching
one-sided.
CNN. Like you
It's
should
not.
be presenting both facts. Like this is the
I'm
good
right.
stuff. This is the good stuff Trump's doing. This is the good stuff Biden's doing. You know,
all I'm doing is listing things that I personally care about, and I think most.
you're not listening. You're like asking and like being like, "Do you care about
I
this?"
said-
Like, the way you're presenting it is very one-sided.
I said, do you want a president that doesn't spend 6 hours a day on Twitter? I don't.
I don't care about that.
Okay,
like, you
well,
can be
I
on it
do.
for 24 hours. Doesn't matter. Like, doesn't mean you're less productive.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
super productive, and I'm on TikTok 24
You're not
hours
the
a day.
president. You work on TikTok.
I could be the president
You
because
work on TikTok.
I'm so productive doing other things besides TikTok, but I'm constantly on TikTok. But I'm doing other things.
You're
I'm
not
so
the fucking
productive.
president.
I could be easily if I was 35.
Do you know what climate change is?
No.
Okay.
Does Trump know what climate change is? Maybe not. We don't know what he knows.
Likely he doesn't. Maybe. That's a good point. Dan, are you able to find any facts on this? What are we doing?
I'm
Dan's fired.
I'm giving an honest try to find what you're talking about, Trisha. I can't
Of
find what you're
course.
talking about. No,
Dan always sides. This is why nobody likes the H3 podcast because Dan, Zach, and Ian ruin it. Why don't you have females? Are you misogynistic? How come you don't have females? People could argue that too. There's no females working for you.
What
Only
are we
guys.
talking
and of
about?
course
Talk
they're
about
on your
Joe Biden.
side, just like iDubbbz and Jax Films and all these people are on your side. So you protect them just like
Bro,
Dan's
I'm
protecting
not.
you.
That has nothing to
That's
do with
how
our
it works.
conversation. Why are you attacking me right now?
I'm not attacking you. I'm like pointing out facts if you want to point out facts.
Okay, do you want a president that spends less time on Twitter? I do. Okay, Trisha apparently wants a president that spends more time on Twitter.
I couldn't care less if
I
you spend time on
disagree.
Twitter or don't. Like, who cares?
You can spend time on Twitter, not 6 hours a day. Okay, 200 tweets a day is fucking neurotic. And have you ever tweeted 200 times in a day?
Maybe, I don't know.
No.
I'm sure I have at one point when Twitter was
Literally
popping.
nobody has tweeted 200 times a day except fucking maniacs.
I mean, if that's your stance, you should be arguing better points than that.
Oh, have you been paying attention the past like 20 minutes?
Unfortunately. I feel like everyone's tuned out. This is not the H3 podcast. This is Frenemies. This is the fun one. This is the one that gets the views. People like the popping conversation. And we've been stuck on Biden for the past 45 minutes.
Are you comfortable with your president calling for his political opponents to be locked up?
What?
Are you comfortable with your president
so-
calling for political opponents to be locked up?
Oh my God. What is the right answer that you want me to say? Yes, no, I don't know. I couldn't care less about that. I'm telling you what
don't
I care about, and I
Okay.
don't care about that.
I personally don't think that my president should be calling for his political opponents to be locked up.
Cool.
So if you agree with the things that I've said here today, then I urge you all to go vote. Today is the voting day, and it's more important than ever. If you disagree with the things I said, then go vote too.
Yeah, vote for who you want and who you think's going to do the best for.
I agree. If you disagree with the things I said, go vote too. Because democracy only works would people vote?
This is horrible. This is like watching Lady Gaga's endorsements. It's just like cringe.
Also, if you work in Iowa, if you live in Iowa, Arizona, Ohio, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Nevada, Texas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, your vote matters more than mine because the Electoral College is fucking stupid as fuck. So you should especially go vote because for some fucking reason, your vote matters more than mine and Trisha's. So go vote.
Pennsylvania, Michael Keaton.
Pennsylvania especially. Michael Keaton, get the fuck out there and
Can we
vote.
get him on the podcast?
Yes.
Really? I would cry. Can I tell you, he's the one
And if you
person that I feel
disagree, go
connected
vote
to.
for Donald Trump, and that's fine. But everybody vote, okay? That's it. We can't get Michael Keaton.
He
There's
doesn't
no
like
way.
the founder.
Okay, so
Why can't you get
that
Michael
really
Keaton?
upset you, the whole political thing.
It doesn't upset me at all. See? This is what you drink. This is gaslighting when you're like, that really upset you. It didn't at all. I'm having a conversation over the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to
I think you fooled me and everybody watching.
I'm not upset.
You're like, fucking you don't have women on your podcast.
I mean, you don't. If you're gonna play like that route, it's like, okay, well, you also like damn protecting
Donald
you,
Trump
protecting
to,
your boys.
Donald-
This is such a boys' club. You guys are basically Donald Trump. You're basically the right side and white side of this because it's like you have all the people that protect you and you protect them, and everyone else like is like can't come in, can't infiltrate it. You're like, what's the deal with Jack's films? Like, who fucking cares? Like, you protect all these people. Dan protects you. Oh, I'm trying to find what you're saying, Trisha. I can't find it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so insane. I don't care. I'm not upset.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. How are you feeling? Let's talk about drama.
Let's talk about Tom. Why did Keemstar delete the tweet that he did about you? Did you see that video?
I did not.
Why did he delete it?
Oh, we should watch that. Let's pull it up.
We watched it, and I was like, why did he delete it?
I don't know
because
because
that offensive.
I don't know why because he's a little bitch. I think.
Bad for him. I think he might be maybe something wrong with him, like a little off, and so I feel like we shouldn't make fun of him because I think he's a little off, right?
I mean, you have a good point because I do, and I don't. I say this was peace and love, and I know I'm not like qualified, and I'm not like diagnosing him, yada yada yada, all that.
Yeah.
But like, I
There's
do
something
think
wrong.
that he probably has some kind of personality disorder.
I don't think it's personality disorder. I think there's like a little bit of like he's just a little slow, like maybe learning or something.
Oh, I think he's actually smart.
I don't think so. He confuses things a lot, and I'm like, and I don't think he does it on purpose. People are like he's trying to be funny, and I'm like, oh, I think he's like maybe some sort of like learning handicap or something.
He says he has dyslexia. I have some dyslexia.
Yeah,
too.
but it's beyond dyslexia. That's why I kind of feel bad. Like,
I think he might have some kind of personality disorder.
I mean, who doesn't really? You know, everyone has a little bit of something,
But anyway, here's the video that he removed about me. That's a good. Well,
podcast.
But I mean, I guess the whole joke is that he's making fun of my Tourette's,
First of all, I'd like to start off by
which I guess some people
wishing
think is
all
like
of you
kind
Wait,
of a
pause
logo.
it.
Yeah.
But it's not Tourette's. Tourette's is like when you spew
I have Tourette's
things.
syndrome.
No, Tourette's is when you're like, fuck this, isn't that Tourette's? I don't know. You can educate
Well,
me. I don't know.
yeah, you're right. I shouldn't get so. There's obviously it's a scale, right? I have Tourette's syndrome. I have a mild case of Tourette's syndrome. That's why I'm all ticky with my face and stuff.
Okay, so it's not cussing. Why do they always say it's like cussing and saying swear words like
Well,
uncontrollably?
that's like the high. That's like the super. On the sliding scale, that's the really severe case of Tourette's.
Oh, okay.
Tourette's is like an extreme case of OCD, characterized by like vocal tics. So mine is very. Most people with Tourette's just go like. You might hear during a podcast, you hear sounds like stuff like that. So
You
that's
do
my.
that? I never heard
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's quiet. But then you have the really extreme version of Tourette's, which is usually a combo of other kind of neurological things, is when you end up with people who are screaming obscenities. But
Do you
that's
talk
very
about this?
rare.
I've never heard you say this once, that you have Tourette's.
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot. But it's obviously I don't talk about it every episode, but I've talked about it a lot. I'm very open about it.
I've never heard you talk about it.
So he's making fun of the fact that I have Tourette's. He knows I have Tourette's. So that's kind of, he's making fun of my...
Wonderful
Do you care
podcast.
though?
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't care when people call me
But I
crazy,
just
I'm
think
like-
it's pathetic
First of all,
that
I'd
like
to
that's
start off
his
by
gag.
wishing all
Right.
of you a happy
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
Halloween.
then he... But then...
Dan, why aren't you laughing?
I mean, that's kind of good. That's kind of funny.
But then the other thing he does is he calls Elo horse.
I don't get that. Is it because her face?
Yeah, he thinks
He
he's
thinks it
calling
was like
her
a
ugly.
long, like,
Yeah.
oh.
And so then he's always been like, I don't want to do that, but then he does it.
In this one?
Yeah, he goes,
I
Ela.
don't think I saw that ending.
So here, he goes over like, Ela, we have to fire him or
Okay,
something.
it's too much laughing. Cut it off.
And then here's Ela as a
fire
horse.
him?
Should we fire him? Ela as a horse.
I mean, he's not funny, so we know that. But I think, like I said, I think there's something is like wrong with him, like slow. Whenever people go for like, not to even be whatever, but I feel like when people go for like low things, like when people go, like for instance, if they call me like fat, like that's such an easy thing, and like I didn't know your Tourette's thing, but like the face thing or whatever, like that's like a low blow. You know, it's not like smart or anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like with that, he's like kind of off. I think he's just like a little slow himself in the sense that he doesn't really get that that's not like. You know what I mean? Like it's
I
not
think he's
funny.
just I think he's just trying to be as mean as possible because he thinks it'll upset me. Like he thinks that him calling my wife a horse will really upset me.
Do you think he thinks it's lighthearted? Because sometimes
No. He's trying to be as mean as possible.
with our, can I just tell you with our beef on Twitter, like I actually like I was just trying to push it as much as I can. I never like hated you. I never was like, oh my God, let me just piss him off.
Yeah.
But I think you were actually like taking offense to things I said.
No, I wasn't.
At all. You never took
Not
offense
at
to
all.
anything I said on Twitter.
Not at all.
So why'd you unfollow me?
Because I didn't want to see your fucking vagina.
But you
And your
talked about
butthole.
it. So
I
you literally commented, why is your butthole so large or something? And I was like, oh, so you like, yeah, you commented on it. So
No,
I was like,
I literally,
he wants to see it.
I literally unfollowed you because I was tired of seeing you naked on my time, and like not just
That's
naked, like
fine, but that's you commented.
no,
on
I
my
messaged you.
butthole.
I said, hey Trisha, peace and love. I have to unfollow
Before
you.
that, you were commenting on like my gaping butthole.
Yeah,
picture.
maybe it was fun. I probably left a funny comment.
So then I was like, oh, okay. And then you like talked about my vagina on H3 before
It
I
just
was
got
like,
too
I guess.
much. There was one photo.
I get
that
it. Wait, I get it. I'm just saying, like, you were actually, I remember you would, like, text Moses in, like, the group chat and be like, dude, what the fuck? Why is she tweeting, I love you in Hebrew? Like, you were getting, like, actually, like, offended by stuff I was doing. And I was like, or like that. I said he had, like, a.
Well, I'm not. And
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, what my point is like, maybe he thinks this is, like, you guys have this beef. It's, like, a joke. Like, it looks like a
no,
joke
he
from the
hates
outside.
me. He hates me.
But your guys'
I know
thing
from
this-
people that know him. No, he
doesn't hate you. He's
Yes,
not-
he does.
Why would he go through that effort for someone he hates? He wants your attention.
Well, he mites my attention. That much is true. But he does genuinely hate me.
And vice versa. I think you like the attention because you dressed up as Keem with the Keemstar puppet. Like, I feel like you also want his attention. It's like a thing that keeps
I don't
you.
want his attention. I just want to make fun of him sometimes because I think I really think that
You
he's-
dislike him for real.
I really he's probably the only person in the world that I really dislike. Because I think he's just a really toxic force on YouTube, and he causes a lot of grief in people's life that otherwise shouldn't have to deal with.
Yeah, I
shit.
think he definitely goes too
like
far.
like he's just such a negative force.
The reason I have my only issue with him is like when I asked him like privately a couple times to stop, like, hey, can you just stop talking about me? And I was like through private text or whatever, just like texting. He was texting my phone number, and he like shared those DMs and screenshot it.
Yeah.
And he goes, she's not telling me the truth about fucking Gabby Hanna. Like, I'm gonna expose these
Yeah,
texts. And I was
because-
like, stop. Like, and he wouldn't. And he's literally said, I said, can you please stop? He's like, no. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what crazy person when you ask someone to stop, it's not funny anymore.
Because
he continues to do it.
Because I do think he's kind of a sadist in that way. Is like when he sees that you're wounded or vulnerable, then he digs in.
I'll read because I was like at a really like breaking point, and I literally said something like, hey, my mental health is like really not good now. Like, I was trying to be like really nice about it because I really wanted him to stop. It was giving me.
Well, you know, he thinks mental health is fake. He thinks that people just say that to get out of things. He's repeatedly said that mental health doesn't exist and people just use it as an excuse.
This one is like, he kept asking me to send me proof. And I'm like, I'm fucking drained. I don't trust you. I asked you not to leak information. I shouldn't be talking about that. Trust me how I'm not out to get you. I said, you're escalating a very serious problem. Can you leave me alone? He goes, I want to know the fucking truth. And I said, that's all I ask. You're not the police. You're not here. You don't. You're exploiting all this. It's sick. It's sick. Just stop. Police are involved. You want views. I'm asking you kindly. He goes, exploiting? Trish, I get no views talking about you and Gabby. That's facts. I said, then just stop. I'm asking you. He goes, no. I said, you call me mentally ill, paranoid. This is insane. Good luck with all these fake things. It's insane. Good luck with that. I can't believe it's what. He's like, I reached out to Shane to back up your story. And he didn't respond. I'm like, yeah, like this is when Shane's going through his shit. I'm like he's gonna respond. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? He has a lot of shit going on. Then he goes, what are you saying? You're texting me. And then I said all this stuff, like the private conversations. He goes, why don't you just make peace with Gabby? Like, he's texting me. He's like a crazy person. He has a kid and like this thing. And he's like asking me what this thing. And I said, hey, like I said, this is like serious, whatever. He's like, this is way too stressful. Like, you have to whatever. And then I said, I'm like, she's harassing me. I'm blocking you now. This is insane. I said, no normal person would ever get involved with you. And this is weird. Wish you well. Hope you realize no one cares. He's like, convince me Gabby is stalking you. Proof, please. And I'm like, okay. And then I just blocked him because he's fucking crazy. But I asked him to stop. I'm like, I'm not well.
Oh yeah, and then and then he forced you to block him, and he goes, "Look, Trisha blocked me."
Yes, and then showed all the things, and he's like, I just don't believe you, and I'm like, why? I sent him, look at all this. I sent him like documents, like restraining orders, like gag orders, like all this stuff that I've like sent, and he goes, I'm giving you advice, like all this crazy shit, and I was just like, can you just stop talking about me? And he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. He's
crazy. He's a
Yes.
grown. I mean, he's like grown, and like when you ask someone privately to stop, like it's actually affecting me, and they don't. That's like fucking weird. If you're going back and forth on Twitter and you want attention, whatever, that's one thing. Because I've done that too. Like I don't mind that, but like if I'm texting you privately,
the thing is, the thing is like he's been saying lies about me for a long time, like saying I stole money, shit like that, like not funny, that I already disproved. You know, he's
From who? Who
from a video game company we did a collab with. He said I was supposed to use that, but I was like, no, it was our money, and stuff like that.
Right.
So like he's doing everything he can to like ruin my career or whatever. He's been doing that for years. So it's not funny. It's just.
So you really do dislike him? Because I don't think there's anyone. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I really do dislike Keemstar.
I dislike him too.
Thank you. Yeah. We can agree on that.
Love that. That's the friend bond we have.
But we just bonded.
He's just awful. He's just a bad person. Like.
But I think most people would agree that calling someone's wife a horse is
right. But like I said to that, like you did call Tana a Twinkie. Like I think that's like something he thinks is funny. It's like gross.
But
and, like
low. in the context of an Instagram reality video, I mean, I agree it was rude. But like her outfit was yellow, and it was in the context of her like morphing her body. But he's just insulting my wife to get to me, saying
of course,
she's ugly.
but he's doing it just that because she doesn't look like a horse. Like everyone's like Hila's so hot. By the way,
no, I know. That's why it doesn't bother me because Hila's beautiful.
One
but
of my friends
now
is really jealous of you, by the way, for Hila. They're like, wow, Hila's so fucking hot. Like, why is she with Ethan? Like, they literally say that to me. I'm like, that's actually Buzz is there. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, it's not weird, but it's like Hila's very like, you know, she's not very like out there, like just trying to like show her tits and stuff. But everyone's like, she's so fucking hot. Like, damn. Like,
who said that?
I can't tell you.
Is it someone I know?
Knows. No, you don't know this
Why?
person.
Tell me.
They watch the podcast though, and they're like, she's just so hot. Like, why is she with Ethan? Like, she can do so much better. Like, what the fuck?
That's fine. Well,
anyways,
we're very
I'm saying,
happy.
like, everyone thinks Hila's really hot.
She is hot.
Which is
She's
like,
beautiful.
Obviously, that's what I'm saying. She obviously is not a horse.
Now that he's started that though, people are always tweeting and commenting, and it's like this whole thing where people call Hila
they're
a
like
horse
kids,
and that she's ugly.
but
I agree,
you know
but
what I mean?
like you know, whatever. It's just it's
like, but that's like.
It's fucked up. Like, why does she have to see everyone calling her a horse on all of her posts?
Is it like bad? Like I think it's just like his people. You know what I mean? Like
no, it is. But I'm just saying.
I think people call me a whale. Like they always like tweet Mo's as like pictures.
Look,
of
I'm not.
Whale. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. Whatever. We agree. We don't need to argue about.
I was getting a lot from you. I got a lot of whale and corpse and like all this stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. I'm saying like that is like the least of the Keemstar evil. I feel. And if she did look ugly, like of course, like it would be one thing, but she doesn't.
Tag out.
You guys need to make the necks bigger on Teddy Fresh. I have to like hold my neck. It's like it hurts me. It like gives me claustrophobic. I also have really fat fingers. I found out. I have a size 9 wedding ring finger. That's so huge. And
Why are you getting no? Why are you just doing wedding ring sizes?
I was literally gonna just buy one for myself, but they don't make them in my size at the store. It's so embarrassing.
What? Let me see your fat finger. It's not that big.
What do you know what size well, you have small hands, but do you know what size your fingers are?
I don't.
Like a regular guy size is like a size 8. Mine's a size 9, and they don't carry them at all. Like the biggest size to carry for women are 6s.
Why don't you get a
stores.
man's ring?
I can get like something custom made, but I want to go to a store and pick a ring out and buy it. You know what I mean? It's like
They're
so
like, ma'am,
embarrassing.
they're like, ma'am, I hate to tell you this, but your fingers are way too fucking fat for this store.
Literally, we were.
Do they have plus size ring stores?
They should. They really should. I was really sad. We went to this really fancy like resort place, and they had like these stones that they make there, and they're like $15,000 was this ring or something I wanted. And he's like, well, they can stretch it a little, but it like didn't even get past my knuckle. I was so sad. He's like, well, we can get it to you in like 2 weeks when she has to like reconstruct a whole new one for your fat finger. And I was like, no, it's not the same. Like I want one now. It's just bullshit that they do that. Anyways, I have really fat fingers. It really sucks. Oh my God, one other thing.
If you lost a bunch of weight, do you think your fingers would go down?
No, because I used to be like my skinniest was 150, which is still kind of big, but was 150, and I still had really pudgy fingers back then too.
Interesting. You could just got big ass finger bones.
Yeah, but you have really small fingers and hands.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's interesting.
I don't know. Everything else is.
I like them. They look like a little boy.
Okay.
Okay, you asked me too about a mukbang.
Yeah.
I think you know what's really popular where I feel like goes viral and also like whatever. It's not that I like love this food because I really don't, but like if you type in like mukbangers eating crab legs, you need to get those jumbo crab legs.
I can't do the
and
crabs.
then go. No, but then do the Alfredo sauce. I don't love it either, but with like Alfredo sauce, you have to.
No, I can't do
spicy.
seafood. We'll have to do something else. I can't
would
do
do
seafood.
spicy.
Yeah, I want to do spicy.
I can't do spicy though.
Oh, you can't?
But I would do it for the show.
Well, it's
unlike
funny.
You.
No, I can't do crabs. I can't do seafood.
Why?
It's just I can't do it.
You have to just do it for the like thumbnail
I
though.
can't do the crabs.
The way he said it was like light.
I just can't do it. Let's talk about drama. Okay, you've reached.
Did.
No, barely. Well, hold on. The best one. Hold on. Well, we have like Ace Family.
Ace Family. What's new with them? I thought they were.
I don't know.
done
You
with the
did like
drama.
a whole thing about them, and then James. So this is what I want to talk about: is James Charles, which we didn't talk about on video. So you made 5 videos about Ace Family. Am I still in frame, Dan?
Why do you
Okay.
sit like that? You just want to look as unflattering as possible. You love being ugly, I feel.
It's fun because you don't have to worry about looking good, you know?
Yeah, but you're not an ugly person and you just like to make yourself ugly for what reason? More relatable? So people don't know you're bougie.
Relatable. It's not like, ooh, you're unrelatable now.
You look more intimidating that way. You look better looking and, you look like...
No, it's because I was comfortable. Can I tell you something? I used to be so insecure about my looks back in
I thought you were
high
confident.
school.
Like when you told me you were like a diver or something, right? Or like a swimmer, or like you did...
I always thought I was fit actually back then, but I thought I was very ugly, and I would just stare at myself in the mirror, and I would just look at myself, and I just hated how I looked. And if I saw a picture of myself, it would ruin my whole fucking day.
Whoa.
And I wouldn't take photos. I wouldn't look at pictures of myself because I just hated, I thought I was so fucking hideous. And so I said, you know what? This was somewhere around the end of high school. I said, I can't live like this. It's ruining me, right?
Yeah.
There was a window in my backyard of the house I grew up in that was like really reflective. And I would go out there and just it was so weird. Like just stare at myself and just like cry.
Oh my God.
And so I said, I'm not going to look in the mirror anymore. I'm not going to look at photos. I'm not going to look in the mirror because it just ruins my fucking day.
Whoa.
And it doesn't matter what I look like. I look like what I look like. And so I went like an entire year
Oh my God, that's so intense.
without even looking at an image of myself or looking in the mirror. And then somehow
You felt better.
I came out of that end of that year and I literally just stopped giving a fuck about how I looked. And now I don't care at all.
I think you probably needed therapy instead because it sounds like you didn't resolve the issue because now you're trying to be as ugly as possible, like doing the unflattering photos you always do and the angles. I think there's like a deeper issue. You're like, if I look ugly, it's like the What About Bob, where if you fake you're having a heart attack, you're not having a heart attack. So you're like, I'm going to be ugly as possible so people can't make fun of me for being ugly.
I'm not ugly all the time. I'm comfortable being like this. I'm comfortable
You're
being
always
like this.
showing like the belly gag, the chin
Well,
gag.
I think it's
like-
funny because it's like people always go, how could you show yourself like that? And I think that's funny.
Because you would rather people say that about you than like, oh, he's so ugly or like, look at that angle.
Well, sure, there might be something to that. But I post normal
Anyway.
photos of myself all the time.
Well, I'm so sorry. I feel like, have you ever been in therapy?
Yeah.
Are you in it now?
I'm not in it now. I was earlier this year.
Oh, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's a deep rooted. That's sad. I mean, because that's like not
Well,
like, pity you. It's like really
It
sad.
was really sad at the time, but it doesn't bother me anymore.
Because like I hate the way I look too. Like I hate my body and I feel fat, but I never look at it and I'm like, oh, you're disgusting. I can't look at myself. Like I'm like, oh, sometimes I look hot, So to have that, whereas like in you just hate looking at yourself. It ruins your day. It's like intense.
Yeah, no, it was awful. That's why I was like, I'm not going to look at myself anymore.
Jesus.
And now, but it was like before I couldn't even look at a photo. And now, but like I'm on camera, that's my living.
Right.
So
you look skinnier than me, but can I tell you why you look skinnier than me? It's because your shoulders are small. You have small shoulders, and I have very broad shoulders, so I look like I'm like twice your size.
okay,
When in reality, we're-
whatever you have to tell yourself.
No. We're like the same size. We've established what you're like 220. I feel like I'm like 220 now, so I feel like we're the same size. I'm just saying.
But I'm like significantly taller.
Okay, that's shade.
I'm just saying.
Damn. Like
I'm
small
just saying. If you're trying to say we're the same size, right?
Well,
how tall
you're
are
in
you?
your
I'm
belly.
5'11". How tall are you?
I'm 5'11" as well.
No, you're not.
I
Not even
am.
close. You're like 5'8".
I'm like 5'3". I have platforms on.
5'3", and you weigh the same amount as me, and you're saying we're the same
know.
size.
That's probably why I'm gonna have a heart
Wait, you're
attack. I feel
5'3"?
it.
Can you stand up?
Well, I have my shoes on. Let me
Maybe I
take my
haven't
shoes
seen
off.
you without shoes. Oh yeah, you're pretty small.
I think I'm like that. Oh, you can't even see us.
See, my head's not even framed. I'm such a monster. I'm
You're
giant.
so tall. Okay, how tall are you?
5'11".
Are you?
Yeah.
I can see that. Well,
Anyway, let's talk about.
Congratulations,
Well, you're
James
just
Charles.
saying, hey, you're just like, hey, we're the same size, and I'm like, well, I am like, 6 inches taller.
it's okay. I'm a little chunky monkey, but I'm trying to lose weight now. I'm gonna go get a salad after this for real. Although we are getting pizza tonight, so I'm gonna have the salad for lunch. See, I'm trying to like limit.
I'm saving my pizza token for tomorrow. I'm so excited for the
where?
election.
Oh.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna eat pizza, and I'm gonna pray.
Ooh. Oh, really? Oh, what if it's bad though? And then you're like,
Then I'm gonna drink more.
yeah, you just die. Shit. Well, be careful. Don't do too much pizza.
Oh, God, I'm so stressed about tomorrow. I've been
We're-
looking forward to it for so long.
Oh, you're excited
The
about it?
election, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about James Charles. So you made 5 videos about Ace Family being like blah, 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 blah. And then what is it that you said about James in one of the videos?
It was such a blow-off comment. I was making 5 videos about the Ace Family. I was coming for Austin. And I'm like, Austin is so narcissistic, self-absorbed. I'm like, the only other person I can think on this platform like that is James Charles. That's all I said. And then I continued blasting Austin. And James Charles was like, what was the comment? Do you have
Here,
a comment?
I've got it right here. So James Charles leaves a comment on your TikTok from his TikTok and says, "Keep my name out of your mouth. You do not know me." Which is so psycho, by the way, for him to come. Like, as a public figure, you should just really, like, move on and ignore that.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Even if you're like, oh, Trisha's a bitch, she's wrong, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
the consensus.
But, like, he came and he left a comment, leave my name out of your mouth? Like, what are you, like, Tupac?
It was so. That's what I said. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
You
Telling me to
some
leave my
street-
name?
yeah.
You have the
That's some
$7 million
street shit.
house. Yeah, I hate when.
You
That's
should
my
drive
big
by
thing.
his house.
And do what?
Drive by.
Just be like, hey, what's up?
No. So if he wants to get street,
Egg it?
let's drive by.
Okay.
Let's fucking...
You're not leaving. No,
Right,
we're
Dan?
not doing that. No.
Not right.
No. I
Let's
thought,
drive by. Let's get up the homies.
oh my
Let's
God.
get the homies together.
James is just very narcissistic.
Let's get the fucking homies and ride.
He always complains about not having a boyfriend, and I'm just like, well, maybe like evaluate why people don't want to
Is
date you.
James Charles really not getting any?
No,
That
he's
is
awful.
so
His personality
sad.
is so awful.
But
Like,
he's
I don't
so
think he's
rich
bad looking.
and famous. Like, how could he not
Ugh,
get
but that's
somebody?
how you know your personality sucks. When you're at that level, like Harvey Weinstein had
Even
like,
OJ getting dates now. And he cut his wife's head off.
Well, that wasn't proven.
Like, well, it is kind of... OJ definitely killed her.
I don't know, so I
Well,
can't say.
he did. He found guilty in a civil court.
Okay, well, that just goes to attest to James Charles'
But I was
personality.
just,
That must really suck.
can you imagine? Would you go on a date with OJ if you weren't with Moses?
Ooh, can I just say I used to have a little crush on O.J. Simpson, but then
He's a handsome guy. He's
He's
big.
handsome.
Yeah. But knowing what you know now, would you go on a date with?
I did a music video dedicated to O.J. Simpson. I should probably delete it before this comes out because I did a whole music video saying how much I love O.J. Simpson, and it was really
After?
bad. Like a couple years ago.
Why?
I really wanted to date him because he was getting out of prison, and I was like, oh, maybe I should date him.
You're crazy.
Subconsciously, I do think I wanted to die. Like, I was like, if I get murdered, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Death by OJ, suicide by OJ.
yeah, like if he was the one. Can I tell you that's why I used to only date famous people? Because I thought if I
is this
died.
your real hair? Because I can see. Oh, you have extensions on.
No, these are permanent though. Like you can pull them and shower
Because
with
I saw
them.
it looks good.
I got these new. Yeah, these are in for the next month. But
So you want to kill yourself by OJ Simpson?
I don't want to kill myself. I'm saying if I'm gonna die, I'd rather die at the hands of a famous person. You know, it's a little more iconic to my story, to my legacy, as opposed to Moses killing me. It's not that iconic as if like O.J. Simpson killed me.
Yeah, you'd be forgotten if Moses killed you.
I don't think it'd be forgotten. It just wouldn't be as big.
Well, that's a fair point.
Right?
You make a persuasive argument.
I'm a Twitter headline for like a day if Moses kills me. If O.J. does it, I'm getting movies made about
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, I just do think he's
Good call.
sexy. Serial killers sometimes are sexy, and that's what's fucked up. I have a friend that I think might be a serial killer. Well, I don't think he's killed anyone yet, but I think he might eventually.
Why? What are the signs?
He just all of them.
Does he hurt animals?
No,
That's
no,
like the
Is that
number
the number
one.
one sign?
Yeah.
I don't think he does that.
Tortures animals.
I think he's just on the path of maybe.
If you see him hurting animals, you should call the
Of
FBI.
course. Oh my God. No, if I really thought he was going to kill someone, I'd call somebody.
Okay.
I think he's just good looking. I think that's why I think he's a serial killer because he's like too good looking to be single.
I can't believe James Charles can get a dick.
Yeah, James Charles, though, like, he's just so self-absorbed to leave that comment to be like, don't talk about, bitch, what? Like,
Keep
you're the most
my
talked
name
about person.
out of your mouth.
Like, he's literally only famous for drama. Like, he's talented, but that's not why people like him. You know what I mean? He just leeches onto these TikTokers.
There's all this other James Charles tea that kind of surprised me. He, in a video uploaded by Noah, this is one you were talking about, okay, where he said he would kill Shane Dawson, which fucking ads. You're ruining my show. I have YouTube Premium, but it's not the right account. I'm logged in.
Okay. Sure you do.
I swear to God, I have YouTube Premium. I'm not poor. Here,
I don't have YouTube Premium, and I'm not poor.
Let me log into my YouTube Premium account.
Okay, bougie. Can we get Joe Rogan on the podcast?
Oh, no problem.
Can I go on his podcast to promote the show?
Sure.
Can you have your PR people reach out and be like, Trisha wants to come on the podcast? I feel like he's a big podcast.
Joe Rogan?
Is he? Still?
He's big. We're bigger.
Frenemies or H3?
Well, the whole H3 Collective universe is more popular.
Am I in the universe? Can I go?
Yes.
Can I go to the Streamies on your behalf and accept it?
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. Definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Is there not a timestamp?
We have to watch a whole James Charles video for the team.
Where's the fucking timestamp?
You know what? This is kind of a big deal. I know it's kind of like petty, like it's a game or whatever, but that fuck, marry, kill shit
Okay,
is intense.
Kiss, marry, kill. Kiss, marry, kill. Ready? PG. Tom Holland.
Oh, I have a mega theory that he's gay.
Who is that?
What's his name? I thought you know him. He's super famous on TikTok.
I've
He's
never seen
dating
him.
like Charlie's sister or something. What? You don't know him? He's like super.
No.
Okay, maybe
He
not a
looks
big deal.
average.
Okay, whatever.
Gay or straight? Oh.
Okay. Shane Dawson. We all know who'll kill it. I mean, I guess like marry Tom Holland and kiss Liam Payne. That's easy. Good question.
Ew. First of all those people in that car, and I can't wait for their cancellation, Tobuscus style. You know what I mean? Just like, where is Ray William Johnson? That's gonna be them. That kid on this side is gonna be Ray William Johnson. Like being like, who? Where?
Larry?
Yeah. Wait, what's his name? Larry?
I think so.
What a name.
Why don't you
Larry
like
is his
Larry?
name?
Why don't
That's
you
literally my
like-
grandfather's name. No shade. I love
kinda-
my grandfather.
Wait, why don't you like Larry? I like Larry.
What's he do? I don't even know. Maybe.
I don't know, but he likes Teddy Fresh, so I like him.
Oh, bias. You can't be biased like that. He is in a car with James Charles, which by association, I'm going to just cancel him anyway.
He's basically Goblers.
What is
Right,
Gobler?
Dan? Goobler? What's his name? Goebbels. He's Goebbels.
What's Goebbels?
He was like, he worked with Hitler.
No, but that's what's scary about this is James Charles will actually probably kill someone because he's a psychopath.
No, he's not.
No, like, okay,
James not
I
gonna
have a
kill
good
anybody.
grasp of people who are actual psychotic people, and him and Gabby Hanna are psychotic people. And I'm
Doesn't mean
not
they're
saying,
murderous.
Look, I get it.
I
but
love
no,
how Keemstar, your enemies are like, they're psycho, they're gonna kill people. And then Keemstar's like, I get why you would call your wife a horse.
Wait, oh, yeah, well, calling someone a horse is like, I mean,
So
she's not a
wha-
horse.
So what do you think they're gonna do? I mean, he's not gonna really kill James Charles. He's playing a
You
game.
mean Shane?
Yeah, sorry,
I'm-
Shane Dawson.
Can I just say, like, James gives me those serial killer
not
energy.
gonna- yeah, but he's
oh,
not gonna kill
it's gonna replay in 10 years. It's gonna replay, and people. This happens to me all the time. Trisha.
Well, I'll
called
tell you
it.
what, if
I called Shay Carl before anyone else. I was like, this guy is like low key pervy, and they're like, no, that's a fucking Mormon family man.
You say
Guess
that about
what?
me though.
Huh?
I feel like you say that about
I never
everybody.
said that about you. I didn't say anything. What
You
did
said
I say
I'm
about
low-key
you?
pervy once before.
Not that way. I didn't mean like low key.
But
pervy,
I will tell you what, if James Charles doesn't get filleted soon, we're going to find some frozen dicks in his freezer. Because this guy needs to get laid desperately.
The other issue is like him talking about like a straight
Jeffrey
guy.
Dahmer style.
I hate that he always talks about like straight guys sliding into his DMs. It's like, why do you need to put that out there? Like, who are you trying to like flex
Oh,
for?
that was the. By the way, this. I just want to say before we move on to that, this didn't offend me at all.
It's not offensive.
I think it's totally overblown.
Well,
He's just playing a game. He says, "I don't like Shane." That's all he's saying. I don't like Shane.
Okay, James, no one likes you, so good luck.
I mean, you know how I feel about James Charles. I'm just saying that shit was. He just. The
I don't
guy
think
said,
you should
"Fuck,
play
marry,
that game.
kill."
Well, because you know what? Fast forward 10 years and you're going to play this and they're going to be like, well, Trisha was fucking right. That guy's like a serial killer.
All right.
He's a psychopath. He's like Tati, dude. Did you see Tati's like lawsuit now trying to sue people for defamation? It is so hard to sue people
Yeah.
for defamation. Like, oh,
No.
Tati needs to. You're disappeared. Just stay away from the internet forever. Like, go work a real job. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. Like, work at Cracker Barrel. Who fucking cares? Which, by the way, we went to Cracker Barrel over the weekend. Not sponsored, but it was so fucking good.
Wait. I'm trying to find James's. Did he erase it?
What?
The one about the
Oh, I'm
straight
sure he
boy?
did. No, he did erase it. It was on that one page I told you about.
Here, I've got it here. James Charles. Wait. So here's the one. He was on Vogue Portugal. If he's such a big deal, why is he on Vogue Portugal?
Yeah, what about Vogue US? They don't
exactly.
care about James Charles.
He goes. He's on the cover of Vogue Portugal, and then he quote tweeted a 6-month-old tweet and said, "Who's laughing now, babe?"
On who? On what did he quote?
6-month-old tweet. He said, "Hi, I'm a talent scout for Vogue. Me and my team are very glad we found this post because we needed something to laugh at." Just some rude.
Ew.
Just
Yeah.
some rude douche.
You can just tell his
So he
insecurities.
he
needs-
bookmarked this, and then 6 months later, quote tweeted and said, "Who's laughing now, babe?" Yeah, tweet at me when you're on Vogue USA.
He does. Look. I have no like. Literally, he's done nothing to me other than be like, keep my name out of your mouth, which is like the
And
most.
you're accusing him of
condescending, stupid-
murder.
Look, here's the. I'm not
Damn.
accusing him of it. I'm just saying here are the warning signs, right? He's obviously very insecure. That's why he's doing all this. Like, get some help. Treat your
Just
insecurities.
get a prostitute
So
or
you
something so
don't-
you don't cut someone's dick off and put it in your freezer.
I don't mind that. I don't mind prostitutes.
No, I'm saying it's good. I agree. I say go fuck a
yeah.
prostitute because this man is a ticking time bomb until he gets some dick.
Remember when Hugh Grant fucked that prostitute over Liz Hurley when he was dating her and he fucked Divine Brown off Sunset Boulevard? Like, Hugh Grant, you don't remember that?
Oh, I do vaguely remember that. Yeah, Hugh Grant. I was like, damn.
Can we get him on the podcast?
People forget about this. Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy picked up a trans
Yeah.
prostitute, which, God
Yeah.
bless, but
He was ahead of his time.
back then it was like, whoa. He said he didn't know, but I think he knew. I think
Oh,
he
yeah.
just wanted.
Oh, I mean,
I think he wanted to
trans
get
women are
freaky.
like the hottest. Like to have sex with them is like the hottest. Like I love a T-girl. They're so fucking hot in bed.
There you go. Eddie Murphy agrees.
I tried to date one on your Bachelorette, but you didn't weed them out good enough for me. You didn't find good ones.
And then James. Oh, so let's see. James Charles accused. Here's this. I wonder if it's erased or.
What's this one?
Oh, here. So James tweeted
yeah,
out,
this one I hated.
there's a famous TikTok boy who every time he fights with his girlfriend, Snapchats me nudes and confesses his love for me, then gets back together with her 3 days later. I finally decided to tell the girl because she deserves better, and she blocked me. Laughed my ass off.
Oh my-
Yikes.
Like, first of all, why are you even sharing all this information? One, if it's true.
I think I'll tell you why, because he's afraid he's going to get outed by that girl, and he's trying to get ahead of it.
Who's going to get outed?
James, if this girl's like, James Charles is a freak and he's creeping on my boyfriend, she blocked
so he's
him.
trying to reverse
Yeah,
it.
he's trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And he said, stop cheating on your significant other. It's awful, and some of us can't even get one boyfriend, let alone two.
Like, oh, these are the kind of people I can't stand. Like, just fucking stop being so fucking messy. Like, damn, tell her and keep it private. And if there is something to expose, he's so scared of always getting exposed because there's shit to expose on him. I just hear the worst things about him. I don't really care. I don't know him, but I still don't like his attitude.
Did you miss the memo? Keep his name out of your mouth?
I'm gonna keep talking. You know when someone tells me that, I just do it 10 times more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it pisses me out. Like when you were like, hey, stop tweeting me your pussy. I'm like, well, here's my fucking pussy. If you're gonna keep saying it's ugly on your podcast, I'm gonna tweet it to you 20 more times.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
I just muted you. No, I don't. I think I followed you back on Twitter now, but I muted you. Just because I don't want to see
Love
your
that.
pussy.
That's kinder.
Yeah.
Like you should
Yeah.
mute someone. That's why when someone unfollows someone, it's so intense. You're like,
It's
just
very-
mute me.
yeah, it's
you know?
intense.
Like, damn.
I like to keep my follower list slim though, because I don't want to feel like a follow whore, where I just follow like thousands of people.
I don't think anyone cares that much. I don't think they're looking at who you follow and how many.
Well, I'm vain. I take my Twitter very seriously.
Oh, you look like a teddy bear.
Okay.
Do people tell you that?
No.
Is that why you did Teddy Fresh? Because you look like a little bear.
No. James Charles accuses, and then there's, and then the Tati thing is Tati Westbrook is suing. Oh, first of all, she's being accused of fraud in a lawsuit filed by her business partner, which is epic as fuck. Tati, yes, Tata to Tati. You guys all remember.
By Tati.
By sister, by mother. More like by grandma,
I
because
don't
she's a
think she's a
grandma for
mom.
YouTube.
I don't think she's the
I'm
mom.
just calling her old.
Oh.
How old is Tati Westbrook?
She's old. She is like 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If she's going to say bye sister, I'm going to say bye mom.
Yeah, it's creepy that
Bye
she
bye
was.
grandma.
You should. I mean, because that is weird. She was hanging out with James Charles at like 17 or 18. I'm like, ooh.
38.
Oof.
So I agree. Yeah, she was hanging out with James. Why is she making gossip about James, who's like 17?
Yeah, could you imagine?
Bye bye grandma.
Because it's not even her job. She's a beauty guru. Like, if you're doing it, it's like, you know, even Keemstar, I guess it's like your job or whatever.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like Tati makes makeup videos. So to do that whole video about like this 18-year-old was weird. Like, I was on
Tata.
James.
Tati. So she's being sued by her former partner.
Ooh. Tea.
Over, let's see,
Tati.
gross negligence and fraudulent inducement as it relates to Tati's vitamin line Halo Beauty.
It always comes around karma. I've experienced both bad and good karma, and it does come around every time.
The lawsuit states that Swanson agreed to owning 50% of the nutritional supplement company, with Tati and James owning the other half. However, Swanson alleges that just prior to officially launching Halo Beauty 2018, James and Tati came to him with an offer. Give them 2/3 of the business. In exchange, the Westbrooks would commit to use Halo Beauty as Miss Westbrook's umbrella brand for all of her beauty launches. Mr. Swanson agreed to these terms. Swanson further alleges that Tati promised her star power would result in sales, describing how Miss Westbrook claimed that the product did not matter, that she could sell a shit product to her loyal followers.
Oh my God.
Additionally, Swanson claims that Tati assured him that fellow YouTube personalities like Jeffree Star, Manny Manny?
Oh, Manny Moi. I think that is his name.
Is that really?
I think.
That's a good name. Manny Moi. James Charles and Laura Lee would endorse the product, claiming that they turned down lucrative advertising deals with rival competitor Sugar Bear Hair out of loyalty to her.
Ooh, that was what started it off. Was James Charles doing the Sugar Bear hair?
The documents note that her promise of endorsements soured in 2019. Miss Westbrook's claim to influence was undercut when James Charles endorsed Sugar Bear Hair. Oh, that's where all this that kind of explains, right? That explains why she lost her mind.
They're crazy.
The court document reads, on May 10th, 2019, Miss Westbrook posted a video by sister accusing Mr. Charles of inappropriate sexual conduct.
Jesus.
According to the lawsuit, Tati went behind Swanson's back to launch a separate beauty brand in 2019 under her own name, selling reusable beauty blenders and an eyeshadow palette manufactured by Seed Beauty. Furthermore, Swanson alleges that Westbrooks began to plan the launch of additional products for Tati Beauty, including perfumes and other makeup items without his knowledge. Tati has not posted any videos on her channel in 4 months. Oof. Having stated that she is taking a break. So she sounds like, if this is true, she fucked that guy hard.
Yeah, greed. Like fucking.
I was playing footsies with you.
No, you just kicked me.
Yeah, sorry.
It wasn't footsies.
Take it back.
That's fucking insane. She is evil. Like, I feel like James is just like narcissistic, self-absorbed, like a little prick. But I think she's like an actual evil person. Like, she actually has something like conniving and greed.
And then now, so there's this channel Without a Crystal Ball, which I follow for drama.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's suing. Now Tati is suing, and she's a really small creator, Without a Crystal Ball, for defamation, which, as you are touching on, suing someone for defamation, especially in California, is pretty much impossible to prove.
Literally impossible. It's so, and like, you have to like prove like damages and like Tati, you know what I mean? If
No,
anything,
it's not even you have to prove that
like
you
lost some money.
No, that's the easy part. You have to prove that the person knowingly lied about you and then still went out of their way and specifically damaged you.
Yeah, it's fucked. It is fucked that you can't like sue people for that because people, like you said, can say whatever they want.
Well, and also, as you noted, she's a public figure.
Right.
So she has less protection.
Yeah, it's like you literally, no, I've learned this too. Like, people can literally say anything about you and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's
I mean, yeah. Well,
crazy.
Well, you can sue people if they're lying about you and calling. It was like at a certain point, it's so expensive and
so expensive. Like $20,000
like
minimum to start the lawsuit.
20,000, hundreds of thousands.
Oh, I mean, just to even like start it, like you have to send them the cease and desist. They laugh at you, whatever, and then to even start it, it's like, okay, this, and then and then like back and forth, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
I've been in lawsuits
to come to fruition, hundreds of thousands
for
easily.
Sure.
You know, I talked to a lawyer because I was like, Keemstar just kept lying, like with this thing about stealing money and all this, and the video's still up, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get some counsel on this. Mm-hmm. So I talked to this lawyer who's like came recommended highly to me. He specialized in like high profile defamation cases. He says, I think your case is actionable, but I have to tell you that this is gonna cost you at least $500,000.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
And then, well, the good thing about Keemstar is that he does have money, but so he's like, his first question was, does this guy even have money?
Right, because if they have no money,
I say he does have money, but I was like, I've been through an ugly lawsuit. I was like, it's just not worth it. Mm-hmm. But this girl, Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Ball, she doesn't strike me as someone who's very wealthy.
No.
And so when you're suing someone like that for defamation, it's literally just to ruin their life.
Yeah, but it's so pointless if you don't own property. I mean, literally, what are they going to do? You know, they don't even garner wages. Because I sued somebody once and won, and he had kind of money, but like I still haven't gotten paid from it. And like,
really?
And basically, they don't even like his wages. They don't even like, what is that called, garnered them or whatever.
Yeah, garnered.
Like he's getting income and he still hasn't paid me. He owes me like $150,000. And he's kind of like a little high profile-ish, but he like somehow hid money, filed for bank.
You know, Oh, that's fucked. You know, O.J. Simpson's did that. He owes her family like millions of dollars, but he just fucked up. Because in Florida, they have like laws that protect from garnishing wages and stuff.
That must make that out here, because this guy, and then after 10 years or something, it's like, it just falls off or something. Like, it's crazy.
So, like, good luck getting the money,
it's
you know?
So hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
But the one thing is that so here's how the lawsuit works. If she doesn't defend herself, which is super expensive, and she fails to respond, then it's presumed to guilt and she loses.
Fucked up. It's gonna come back to Tati. That greedy bitch gonna get it.
So she's suing Katie for defamation for the fact that she tarnished her reputation. I mean, she doesn't even get that many views. They're seeking $5 million in damages. Here's an old video of Katie describing searching for info for Tati's family. Here. Oh,
yeah.
Have you seen this?
Doing research, you guys. Research, I tell you. remember how I told you I was going to try to do something where I exposed Tati Westbrook? And I was like looking, and I've been doing this for 2 days straight now. 2 days. Thinking I would find something. When I started digging into her background, and I have looked all over the place, you guys. Everywhere. Because part of what I do is I... Super chat? What do you mean super chat?
No.
You can give me a super chat if you want to give me a super chat. But
By the way, just
Tip me $5 while I tell you this.
By the way, the fact she's suing her for defamation. I mean, like, yeah, there's probably like 5 people watching this live stream.
like to look into people that sell snake oil to see if they have stuff in their background that would make them less than honorable. Something that might indicate that they are, there's something legal going on, they have a criminal background, they have a criminal history, they owe money, they have like a reputation for doing all these things. And then when you go to her mother's page or her sister's pages, who are all still there, they're all like she doesn't exist as a part of their family anymore. It's crazy. I started playing around even more and digging through more and more information, going through marriage records and through birth certificate.
Oh my God.
I couldn't even find her birth certificate, which is weird.
It's also
There's
creepy.
like 0 records of her father. Like 0 records. So then I start going on and I'm like getting into this conspiracy, thinking like her dad is dead, or
Oh my
like,
God.
why doesn't her dad have a
Pretty
job?
creepy.
I mean, this girl's crazy too.
So then I start digging through addresses and phone
Ew.
numbers, email addresses.
I didn't see all
and
this.
Doing all these searches and going through businesses and looking at all this different stuff to try to like connect some dots. So I feel like there's a story here with her dad, and I'm not sure what it is. We're gonna have to keep looking there.
Oh my
And
God.
then there's something with her mom too, and I'm just gonna have to keep digging.
I would sue her for stalking more than defamation.
Yeah, that's not defamation, but it's super creepy.
Ew.
But she's a public figure. People do this to both of us.
Yeah, that's true.
And by the way, she's probably just on like Ancestry.com being like looking up public
White
shit.
pages.
It's not like she's in that fucking CIA hacking the database. You know what I mean?
yeah, like the defamation. That stuff is.
That's not defamation, but it sure is
Yeah.
creepy. But hey, that's what public figures deal with.
And like that, of all the drama channels, like why not Spill Tea or something big?
Yeah.
Like why that one? That's so
Yeah.
random.
I'm suing her for $5 million.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's suing her for $5 million.
Oh my God. Like, that's just crazy. Damn.
So this girl deactivated her Twitter and I guess disappeared off the
Jesus.
internet.
I guess that's what she wanted from her, but damn, like.
Well, she's fucked.
But it's like.
But Tati, all I got to say is Tati. James Charles has got to be loving it, though, watching the demise of Tati.
He shouldn't love it too much because it's going to come around and the karma's going to get him too. He needs to just chill. And that's my advice. What? Tell me.
Ugh.
They realigned. Tati and James
Right.
are back on.
Oh, they're allied again?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Tati said. And I talked to James and we're all good. I mean, but
Yeah, right.
were they? Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure he was just
right.
like, go after them or whatever. But yeah, I think being humble is the best way to go. Being cocky. First of all, I've never been cocky. I've always like hated myself and thought I was a piece of shit. But I'm saying in general, people should be humble. Because, and can I tell you that's actually worked for me?
Or just hate yourself.
Yeah, maybe go back.
Humble or self-loathing?
No, but just stay humble. People who get cocky, like the Ray William Johnsons, Toby Turns, like all these people, probably nobody even knows who those are. I'm just talking about them. But like those are like people that get too cocky and then shit comes around to them. Like just stay humble.
What I wish is that James Charles just gets some good dick and I think he'll chill. But he says he's virgin. I can't believe that he's a virgin. I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
I could believe it, for sure.
Well, but like he's so thirsty.
Do you think...
And he's famous and he's rich. He can't get dick.
this is going to sound so stupid, but like quick question.
Yeah.
If he has never had sex, I just thought about this now. Like how does he know he doesn't like vagina?
I don't think...
Do you know what I mean?
I think I know what you think you mean, but I don't think that's what makes you be gay.
No, I know, but like here's my thing.
I think he looks at men, he's attracted to men.
But I thought I was like, I don't know, maybe I am. But I thought I was bisexual for a long time. I identified as bisexual. And then I was like with the woman, and the first woman I was with, I was like, oh, I really don't like this. But then now I'm with girls, I'm like, oh, I like it. But am I bisexual?
I think you're more fluid, but I think James is like really
Hardcore.
gay. Yeah.
But he's never tried it. But I guess, but a lot
Sure,
of
he's
gays
seen a
have it.
vagina online. I mean, it's hard to avoid, especially if he follows you on Twitter.
I don't think he follows me. I don't send unsolicited pussy
You
pics
should send
anymore.
them to him and see if you're like, are you sure you're gay? Here's my fucking
Oh, that backfired on me a couple times. The guys have actually turned gay. Or I don't think they turned gay. I think they're just like, I'm gay.
He's like, girl, I am now.
I think I've turned people gay. And I know that's like not a thing and that's not political correct. You know, I love my gays. We started out with that. But I do feel like there's been guys that have been with me like, I'm going to try it with a girl. And they're like, oh, definitely gay. You know what I mean? Like I've had gay friends want to try it. And I'm like, oh, I'm the one to try it with.
Does that feel bad? Or are you like, whatever? Or do you really feel bad when that happens?
Kind of both. I kind of feel good that they want to try it with me. But then when they're like, I'm definitely gay.
I want to take it personally. I think you probably just hang around with gay dudes and they're like, see you're like safe and not judging.
For sure. Sure. I've been with some, really, really gay guys.
But I'm assuming a guy like Charles, because I really do think sexuality is like a spectrum. And I think someone like James is probably, without knowing him personally, probably like pretty.
But he's never
cleanly
tried.
On. Yeah, but like for me, when I look at men, I don't want to fuck men. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I know I don't want to fuck men. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't think there's really that much of a mystery where you're like, oh, it's vagina.
I think the worst part is when they stick it in and it goes soft. The gay guys, you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I feel bad. Like I'm literally dick repellent. I literally the boner killer. You're like, ooh.
You're the raid of cock.
But they are gay. In my defense, they did tell me they were gay. They wanted to try it out. It's a bad feeling, just a limp dick in you all of a sudden. You're
it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Anything else? Go fucking vote. Pause this. Go vote. We need you now. Trisha obviously thinks that tweeting 1 billion, the president should be on Twitter all day, right?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
really.
matter. And climate change?
If Michael Keaton's for it, I'm for it. Can we get him on the podcast, please, if you know Michael Keaton?
Yeah. Send this to Michael Keaton.
I love my boyfriend. I've been very grumpy too lately. I'm so sorry.
Really? You guys been fighting?
I've just been very grumpy, and he's so patient and so nice. And
He
I'm
is
so
very
sorry.
patient.
I literally
Have you been losing patience with her at all?
No. He's literally like the most nice person
water,
in the whole
bro.
world. Literally. He literally is. He's an angel. It was his birthday, and I was like, and he was just so nice. He couldn't be nicer. He's the nicest person in the whole world.
So be nicer to him.
I just am grumpy. I have something really wrong with me that I just need to like snap. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I literally am just like.
Okay, well you guys will work it out. You'll figure it out.
But he doesn't deserve my meanness. I'm not mean. I'm just grumpy.
I know what you mean. I feel like that sometimes with you.
Really? Where you're just kind of
not in a long time. I used to be really,
irritable.
When we first met, we've been together for a long time,
Yeah.
So I guess there was a point in time where I was super stressed, like really, really stressed, and I was super irritable. But after that, when I started taking antidepressants, I'm like, it stopped.
I think I need to do that, but they just fuck me up. Oh, I need to find a solution because I do think I'm depressed and I have no reason to be. Like, I'm actually really happy and I think I'm like depressed. And
I don't know if I'm really lucky, but like the Lexapro for me is like,
I've been on that.
It's all good for me. And there's like really no side effects. It's just
my
really
suicide
positive.
attempts were on Lexapro.
See, then obviously don't do that.
No, I know. I'm so scared.
But I know doctors say there's like all kinds of different antidepressants.
I've done Prozac. I've done like everything. I'm really scared for myself.
Well, see a psychiatrist and work with them.
Yeah, that's what I need to actually.
You know what I mean? Like you got to just test and see what works.
I'm just so scared to get on something because I know how I am when I'm like on bad meds. It's like worse almost. Like now I'm just kind of moody.
Well, it's good that Moses is with you. He can keep an eye if you're acting out of character, and just keep your psychiatrist you keep him close.
Yeah.
So if you can call or message if something's off, and Moses should have their contact too. He could be like, "Yo, shit's off the rails."
No, but like I'm happy, and I tell like sometimes I'm so fucking happy, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like I'm really happy." But then sometimes I get so moody, and I snap. That's my thing. I kind of snap. Like, what the fuck? Like I get really like anger. It's like weird.
No, I know what you mean.
And then I apologize right away. Like the next, like I'm like, God, I'm so fucking sorry. Why did I do that?
I think you're just. I think you sounds like you have mood swings, so you need something to stabilize you. You know.
What a way to end the episode.
But what the fuck do I know? But anyway, you guys will figure it out.
We need Dr. Drew back. When is Dr. Drew coming back?
I think you just need to talk to. You're like, when do I get to have therapy again? Just go see a therapist.
No, I had a really bad headache after that episode. I had to get a Jamba Juice. I'm like, we need a Jamba Juice. My head hurts. My head was like throbbing.
It was a good episode though, right? It was good.
Yeah, I think every time I cry, I start getting like a headache. Yeah.
Why?
Happy Election Day.
Yeah. Happy Election Day, guys. Let's fucking go democracy.
Don't drink Dunkin' Donuts. My heart is racing.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. This has been Frenemies, the non-Halloween edition. We didn't even mention that, but it's nice not to be in drag for once. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.